calming situation. You defuse the situation where it doesn't escalate into a violent situation, which that did. And it was a hard moment.
Secretary of State Brian P. Kemp, investigator, came into Brooks County
I'm looking at the office
because of problems that
keep everything calm again.
were identified.
And when you let it escalate, you was wrong. And then if you were bored, when you there and you ain't saying anything, now you become part of that problem. Because somebody should have intervened and diffused that situation before it got to where it was at. My thing is, training needs to be in place. Because like I said, the only training I had since I've been there was trying how to set the election up. Not how to perform as a board member. I had to take time on my own, and really, I looked at the book. I can't remember the code for thing, but I looked at the book and I read it. And the board is my responsibility. What it's saying is, as a board member, to make sure Mr. Collins have everything he needs in place to set up an election, and to come in and make rulings over situations that arises. And nowhere in that book where it states where I should be a board member in there doing day-to-day operation.
We must thank board members for kind of breaking ranks and willing to try to clean up and straighten up and educate the people that we can build a better mousetrap. So really, Mr. DeShazier really should be respected simply because of the fact that he's willing to try and get it right. But even in trying to get it right, if the Secretary of State don't come in with them teeth in Brooks County or any of the other counties like Willacoochee or wherever there's a voting problem, well, this thing's going to remain the same in the state of Georgia. And really, it's disgraceful.
Putting people in the system to register them to vote, sending out ballots. Now, if he needs assistance, I can come in and control the traffic or make sure everything is calm to do a day-to-day operation, and I didn't see it in there.
I have a few comments that I'd like to address. My name is George Foster Ryan, for the record. I just want to say on the day of the election, I went to this meeting. I didn't hear on TV or radio nothing about their meeting or what have you. I'm just wondering if it was advertised, number one. But after getting there, just walking into the polling, that was election day, and when I walked into the polls, and of course you'll see it on the video, which I'm going to give you a DVD. I just happen to have one, so I'm going to give you one for you. Yes, sir. Of the entire voting election meeting, except for the video part. The video part is on YouTube. That's because the camera went off, but I think I may have the Capitol where I showed the Capitol, and I put the words with the Capitol showing because this is a state of Georgia problem. So what I did, because my camera didn't get the visual, my tape recorder like I'm doing here is a backup. So I played that with showing the Capitol around Governor Nathan Deal's office so he could see that we have problems down here inside Georgia, which is a reflection upon our state. Okay, also, another thing that when I went into the polling, I did not see not one black person working in the polling place there. Other words, people that check their ID and actually get the work done, there was no blacks at all. Now, that may not be nothing wrong with that, but here we go again, like Brother Cunningham said, that's the perception. And when the perception is, sometimes that creates a problem. Also, now, during this meeting, I'm retired military, and I've been involved in politics ever since '71. And for me to see the chairman of the board of election, I don't know her personally, but who did not even know that I had a right to record a public meeting in the state of Georgia, I found that kind of unbelievable. And of course, you can see that on the video as well. She asked me what was I doing, and I explained that to her. Then, when I said to her that what was being discussed may need to go into an executive session, and to see that undoubtedly she possibly didn't know how to go into an executive session. Here again, you'll see that on video. Then when she suggested we just close the meeting. Well, somebody in the audience, I don't remember exactly who it was, maybe J.C. Cunningham asked a question and said, you can't close a meeting like that. And I don't know whether she can $8,000 or $9,000 a year in salary, but it just seemed like to me that somebody should get at least that much money, ought to know those basics as I see it. And so I just want somebody in the state of Georgia to recognize that we do have serious problems down here. And once again, it was also brought up by, I think it was Dr. G.B.R, and I believe she was the president of the Brooks County School Board of Education. But she asked a question about the minutes, and really this is what started everything. She asked, and this was far into the meeting, you'll see this on video too. And she said, when the meeting gonna start? Nobody had approved the minutes. Nobody had approved the agenda for the meeting.
They didn't call it to order.
And they never called the meeting to order. Here again, now somebody getting $8,000 to $10,000 a year.
Well, I was wrong, I have to admit, because that's the flavor of my nature and the nature of my flavor. They don't make that much a year, but I was ignorant, and so I was corrected on that, and I appreciate the correction, because to me that's what ignorance only means, the lack of information in a certain area. And then if you allow yourself to be open-minded and you learn, then you won't be ignorant next time. And so it is what it is. But this meeting and what we are talking about is factual. It's not a game. It is reality.
That means they all know that those are basics, things that you do. Now also, so I'm just going to close. And what's your name again, sir?
Glenn Archie.
Glenn Archie, I would like for you to, during your investigation, to think about something here in South Georgia. Check the Valdosta Daily Times. Check ABC, NBC, and CB, the local television stations. And see, as you compare what our major news media reported about this very serious election process in Brooks County. See what was reported to and whether the court press, to see if all this information that's on this DVD could have been lost forever if a little independent person like myself had not recorded it. What I'm about to put in your hands to give to Secretary of State Brian Kemp, and hopefully Governor Nathan Deal, can understand how it is important for the active duty people at Moody Air Force Base, Valdosta State University, people who come to the city from Wiregrass go to Wiregrass Technical College, people who visit Wildlife Center's theme park, and all these historical visits locations. If they read the newspaper, they will think that they are getting the news. But if you watch this DVD, as Paul Harper would say, think about what the general public did not get because we don't have a news media to report the story. Now, I'm about to close. Isn't it strange that in 2012, with all the high technology that we have in this country, yet this particular public meeting and what transpired would have been lost forever. In other words, when our children graduate from school and they go back and check the equipment free press to say what happened on July 16, 17, what was it? 17. On July the 17th, what took place in Brooks County? Well, let's look at Valdosta Daily Times. Nothing. Well, let's check TV stations and get a tape there. What happened? Nothing. Let's check the equipment free press. What happened? Nothing. So,
and there will be nothing that happened Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and perhaps Friday, because no news media, no TV station reported nothing about the Lula Smart trial. 100 equipment 10+2. That many of us believe that nothing was done wrong except for people was upset because for the first time in history, black African Americans dominate the school board of education, and there was those who didn't like it, and they tried their best to circumvent it. But many of us in the religious community believe, just like our ancestors, we don't have a lot of money,